Well, joining me live now is Republican State Senator for Texas, Tan Parker. Senator Parker is also chair of the State Senate Republican Caucus. Thanks indeed for joining us here on BBC News. President, obviously in your state, touring the area today from the air and also meeting many of those who've been bereaved and heartbroken and also engaged in the rescue operation. He says Texas has everything it needs at this point. Do you agree with that?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for covering the story, and absolutely I do. President Trump and his administration have been amazing partners to Texas in this horrific tragedy. It was amazing today to have President Trump and the First Lady visit Central Texas alongside our governor, lieutenant governor, and all the amazing first responders that have put their lives on the line. This has been an amazing collaboration, frankly, of federal, state, and local partners pulling together to do what we do best in Texas. We come together in times of crisis and difficulty to take care of the suffering, to take care of these families that have lost everything in a precious child or a loved one. And we grieve with them, we're praying for them while working to recover and get back to normal here in Central Texas.
And of course, nothing will ever bring back those people or diminish that grief or end that bereavement or heartbreak. But there has been some reporting by the New York Times and the Washington Post that Kerr County had asked FEMA for money for alarm systems several times in the past few years. That would have cost about $1 million, not a huge amount of money in the grand scheme of things, and they hadn't been given that. What should be done differently now?
Well, let me just say this. It's real easy to talk about these kind of scenarios after a horrible occurrence. Obviously, we care about our people passionately at every level of government, the local level, the state level, and the federal government. And we're going to work to make certain that we do everything humanly possible to understand what occurred in greater detail, to study it, to debate it, and to put in place systems and structures that we pray to God will mitigate this from ever happening again to future generations of Texans. This is a once in every 500-year storm, maybe once in every 1,000-year storm. It was unbelievable, the wall of water that came in. And I just really think that at this point, our focus needs to continue to be praying for the families that lost everything in a precious child or loved one, and having the ability to help these communities get back on their feet. The legislative session will have a special session on July 21st, and we will tackle all these issues thoroughly. We'll provide funding and additional legislation to address these very issues. Like I said, so we hope and pray it will never happen again here in the great state of Texas.
The president himself has spoken about, actually just last month, about winding down FEMA. What do you think needs to be done, particularly in a state like Texas, which does bear the brunt of many of these kind of natural disasters and major weather events?
Well, what we're clearly seeing here is we're getting tremendous support from the federal government. All these amazing first responders are coming from the federal government, alongside our Texas and local first responders have been amazing. Obviously, a lot of federal funding will be flowing. And so whether or not there's a structure formally called FEMA, or we block grant, if you will, these resources to the state, Texas will get tremendous support, as will all the states from President Trump and his administration. So it's really a matter of what is the most efficient and most effective delivery method to be able to take care of people that are suffering from any kind of crisis, be it this unbelievable, unimaginable thing that has happened here in Texas this week, or whether or not we're talking about some other type of natural disaster that, God forbid, would happen in the future. So that's really my perspective, is that it's always about how we can most efficiently deliver the resources. That's what President Trump and his administration are focused on doing, and working alongside and supporting the great efforts of Governor Abbott, Lieutenant Governor Patrick, and all of our first responders here in Texas on the ground.
And just briefly, Senator, how is the local community now?
Well, look, most importantly, thank you for covering this story, because we ask for your prayers. The people of Central Texas, the people of Kerr County, the people of Kerrville, they ask and would be most grateful for your prayers. They have suffered an unimaginable loss. So many of these families going into the holiday weekend on our 4th of July, our beloved 4th of July, to have what occurred is just unimaginable. And so we appreciate your prayers. We're grateful for the prayers of King Charles. and the well wishes that he sent to the people of Texas. We've always had a very special and unique relationship between Texas and the United Kingdom, and we're very grateful for your support. But that's most importantly what these families need is our love and support, our prayers. Again, we're doing everything in our power to support them and their recovery through this grief. And we'll do everything to rebuild these communities together. All these stakeholders. This is Texans taking care of Texans. This is not about politics. This is about taking care of one another and making certain that we complete the job and take care of our people first and foremost.
Okay. Texas State Senator Tan Parker, thank you so much for joining us here on BBC News. Take care.
Well, it was my honor. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.